Will you touch my butt?
Sure.
Yay!
Hi, everybody. Welcome to
I'll meet you at the front
Mistwalkers.
door. I'll meet you at the front door.
We are down a Maggie and a Breeze today. Sly is on her way, so she will be here soon. Maggie is actually up here in Canada, and if you watch us on Fixius 5 this Friday, they will be seated right here beside me. It's going to be very cool.
Weird.
Yes, it should be funny and also chaotic.
How are you gonna do that camera-wise? Oh my god.
I'm gonna bother Agni to teach me how to do a secondary webcam.
Oh, for Discord?
Yes.
Then Sam could have been involved this whole time.
Could have.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that hard to do.
Hi, baby.
So welcome in. Hello. We missed you. We're
I
here.
didn't.
Agni doesn't count.
I thought that said not pregnant, but it says not a peasant.
Oh, yes. It says not a peasant, which is Elise from Fixies 5's motto.
Yeah.
What do we have this week? Our sponsor is Canadian Dice. You can go to canadiandice.ca, use the code THEVECTER, all one word, for 10% off of your dice order. Holy shit, Cedar, I don't know why you're freaking out so much. Maggie's pick of the week this week is Metal Skull. They are very cool, and if you hold them together in your hand and shake them all, they sound like jingle bells, and it's very fun.
It's from Canadian Dice today.
You did get a packages from Canadian Dice today. Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Show it. Show it. Unboxing video. Canadian Dice sticker. Yep.
Gay fireball.
Gay fireball or sneak attack.
You know, it's funny though, because there is indeed an Eldritch invocation that I can take that allows me to cast fireball right, like as a bonus action right after I cast Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
All right. So this week we have Bankar Brouhaha tomorrow right here at 8:30. And our special guest this week, because we've got a couple people out, is Cedar the Barefoot playing Sploth's cousin. If you don't know who Sploth is.
Absolutely jacked older cousin, just saying.
You don't know who
Well,
Sploth
he's
is.
as jacked as I can make him.
Wednesday, we have Wasteland Saga at 9 p.m. That is over on Goodman Games Official. And that is at 9 o'clock.
Sorry, Effie. If you were saying if you don't know who Sploth is, you're a loser, right? That's what you were going to say?
Basically, yeah.
But then me and Artemis spoke.
Yeah.
3 2s, 4 3s, and 3 6s.
Our guest this week on Wasteland Saga is DJ Foxy. You may have seen Foxy on Prep or Die, as well as I think they were on something in Spooktober, but maybe they weren't. I can't remember. Everything is blending together. But DJ Foxy is a lovely, lovely human being. We love them. So show up and be there for our Mutant Girl Classic game. Thursday, we've got Song of Crystal and Shadow. Friday, we've got Fixius 5. Those are both at 8:30 right here. Saturday, we've got Together Among the Stars at 11:30 a.m. Our guest this week is Evelyn Sometimes from Magic Academy. Also on Saturday at 7, we have Backpacker's Guide to TTRPGs with Artemis and Emily. And that is going to be diving into the races and maybe a couple classes of the Player's Handbook. Sunday, we've got Blood in the Six at 7:30. We did survive, so there will be a session 3. As always, you can go to our merch store at tinyurl.com/merch. Our podcast is available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. We currently have 2 campaigns that are in the works that need some players in the seats. So we've got A Song of Crystal and Shadow. There are still 2 seats open for the D&D 5e/Final Fantasy 14 game with DM Sophia. And Syed Yamama with DM Agni is a new campaign that is currently in pre-production. It will be hitting our airwaves in October this year. And Agni, do you still have seats left? Yes? Okay. So if
You're
you want to
muted.
play, go to tinyurl.com/vacplayer to sign up. Pause for 2 seconds so I can cut the announcements. Okay. That's
Nah.
fun.
Did you see what I did there?
No. What did you do?
I made a fart noise.
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry.
That's
I didn't notice your fart
my
noise.
my screen lit up, so I thought it was heard. I'm sorry.
No, it did. I just brain didn't parse it.
Just totally regular to hear a fart during 2 seconds of silence. That's when they always happen, right?
Accurate.
In like 2 seconds of silence, you know?
Or you start like coughing and sneezing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Or-
So
Yeah.
where we left off last session.
Bodily functions.
After returning from Yinrik's memories, you were all faced with the ultimate dilemma of how you want to proceed with the Trial of Hearts. You have been presented with a couple options. You could destroy Shikuna immediately and let Valachan be destroyed. You could kill Shikuna immediately and replace her. You could proceed with the Trial of Hearts as is, or the Bagman could take you elsewhere. Maybe. As it was, Ulrich and Liliana were the only two to take him up on that, deciding that they needed to return home to their daughter because time is funny, and there's no telling how much time has passed in the couple of weeks that you've been together, how much time that has passed in Faerun, where they hail from. However, to abide by the rules of the hunt of the Trial of Hearts, Liliana and Alaric needed to die. So, through some very handy, overpowered spell work due to the location of the lightning pillars around Shikuna's heart, they were very swiftly killed by Yenrik. After agreeing, of course. It was a consensual death?
I guess.
I don't know. Sort of. And he just lightninged the shit out of them.
It was too extra. Just could have just severed their between, just like slipped a little, just like right between their C1 and C2 vertebrae. It's a very, very simple kill.
But this was like shiny and fireworky.
And he already had the spell ready.
And the spell was already going, so it's fine.
Yeah.
After letting that spell go, letting the concentration go, you all discovered that Liliana, ? Was possibly a doppelganger? But you don't know when she may have been replaced, or if she was like that the whole time. Either way, the bagman held up his side of the bargain and agreed to take them back. By burning all of his magic, Yenrik was able to use the strange stone that he had recovered, that you all had recovered from the Goblin Cave, and overcharged it to allow for 2 resurrection spells to be cast. Just as Liliana and Ulrich were dragged into the Bag of Holding. The bagman left with a promise that he would return as soon as he was able, because he still owed someone a conversation. And
but we also couldn't end the trial without him.
And he needed to complete the Trial of Hearts. Making your way out of the temple, you made it about halfway through to where the stone lay in pieces, the large rolling stone lay in pieces, where you camped for the night. Some interesting interactions happened during watch. The stone changed hands. And a new creature had joined you. A tabaxi with Siberian tiger markings appeared and began to ingratiate themselves, essentially. None of you feel very intimidated because this creature is 2.5 feet tall.
Means nothing these days.
Small little bean. Knowing that you have your path ahead now, knowing which way you wish to go, you take the trek back toward the shiny, not basilisk lake.
Where's the shiny snake lake?
Shiny snake lake.
The snake lake.
The snake lake.
It rhymes.
Yes, it does. So, you are on your way that way. You've made it about halfway before you've had to camp for the night. So we're just going to skip that for now. But you are at the Basilisk Lake first thing in the morning. It's quiet. You can hear the water lapping against the beach and the occasional caw of an animal overhead. Everyone is tired. And I need Yinrik and Athelstan to give me wisdom saving throws to try and shake off their stress effects.
I rolled a 13.
21.
Okay.
That's
Damn
not
it,
enough. I'll
Agni.
use... That's not
What?
enough. I'll use Wow.
Why are you like this?
Yinrik is no longer frightened, so they are okay. Not poisoned either. I don't know why you still have that on there.
If I failed, I'll use an inspiration to try again.
You did fail.
17?
17 will do it. You are no longer at disadvantage for your perception checks.
Yeah. To have that not be a thing.
So, waking, you find little Razira standing at the fire.
She would not be standing at the fire, no.
Oh, no, you wouldn't be. My apologies. What are you doing then?
Zooming around the camp.
Probably passed out in a tree branch,
Just like hanging down like a
20
panther,
like 20 feet up or something.
Does Razir have a tail?
Yes.
Exciting.
Athelstan, why are they so small?
Athelstan just like opens his eyes, just sits up.
Just like point up at Razira in the tree.
They're a tabaxi.
They're so small. Also, are we breaking the rules by having them with us?
We didn't bring them here. The myths did.
No,
I
but I
don't-
thought the rule was once the parties were set, they couldn't be changed.
They're not a part of the trial, I don't think. But that also means we cannot have outside help. If they were not initially with us.
Agni, I can't hear you, dude.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
Just over here jamming out. My bad.
Do you know if this is gonna affect us, Yinrik?
It will not. Because I have deemed it not.
Because you have any say in this.
Exactly.
Right. Is the water here disgusting like the trees were back by the shrine?
No, the water here is clear and glistening.
Fill
Cool.
up them skins.
Refill all the water skins.
Okay, you go ahead and refill the water skins. You are going to remove a ration for the day.
Can we try fishing?
You can
Are these
certainly try fishing.
Are these waters safe for it?
You can check. Make a nature check. You can do so at advantage because of
Oh.
stuff.
So stuff. Nice.
Yeah, no, the water seems clear. You give it like a little.
Yeah.
Fine.
Just like gets down.
Yeah, yeah,
Nom,
exactly.
nom. For those of you listening in
Nom, nom.
audio format, I made like I was leaning down. This is cedar, by the way, and I made the little blah, 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 with my little tongue.
Why
as
did
if
you
I were
have to
lap-
do the noise too? Jesus.
Do you not? Well,
fuck.
it didn't initially make a sound. I can make it more mouth note.
No, don't make it mouth noise because I will kill you.
Okay.
I have misophonia. Don't do that.
I'm dead. I'm alive. I'm dead again.
Okay, yeah, so the water seems fine. You are welcome to attempt to fish. You can do that with a survival check.
If Razira is up, she would probably join in.
Okay, yeah, you can go ahead and make a survival check as well.
Would I have advantage or anything because of my background feature?
Can you narrow down which one you're talking about?
Wanderer.
Let's see
Wanderer.
here.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Excuse me.
Absolutely, you can do that.
So survival at advantage.
Yep.
Wow.
13.
That was an 8
Okay.
and a 4.
Surprisingly, Atlas is the most proficient at fishing.
Wow.
And
I'm not
Yenrik.
surprised. Of
who-
course.
I feel like Yenrik would be the guy that's like doing the General Shang from Mulan thing out
Yeah.
in the middle of the lake.
It's like,
Except,
"Yes!"
like, except the fish are also like much bigger than he is, or like the same size.
I
So it's
mean,
like
Ra-
it's not graceful, but it happens.
You'd see Razira actually like out in the lake, like chasing fish.
Yeah, she's got like her nose underneath the water, and she's like watching them, blowing bubbles, just like.
All right.
We throw a soccer ball to her, like a tiger, because she's a tiger. and tigers tigers in sanctuaries play in the water with soccer balls.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, somebody roll me a D100, please.
Not it. Don't you dare, Agni.
Okay, fine, I'll do it.
I already did.
Okay, there you go.
40.
You are able to obtain 10 rations amongst all of you.
Nice.
Nice.
Agni
Yenrik-
rolled anyway, and then rolled a 69. Guys,
Yeah.
gals, not
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Nice.
10 rations in the party sheet then?
Yep. I'm gonna put those in there in just a moment.
It
That
seems
means our
like I have a
rations are up.
reputation with dice or something.
Did I not? Did I roll poorly, Affy?
No, you did
Oh,
okay.
okay. All right. So at least I contributed somewhat. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all that matters to me.
All right, so you've
I'm-
got rations there in the party sheet as well as everything that Ulrich had given you, Kilai.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna grab that, I guess. Hold on.
I'm gonna drop a. I've literally been waiting for a moment like this. I'm just gonna drop something into the active session chat that I've had for a very long time.
I'll be
It's just,
back. I gotta go
just-
fetch the baby.
just Athelstan just takes the fish and like is holding two, is like double fisting him in his hand and just holds one out to Kilai. It flops in his hand a little bit.
Oh god, that one, okay.
Is it? Do you want it to stop moving? Is that why you're not taking it from me?
I usually cook them.
Oh. I take
Will
it
it make
back.
you feel better if I take a bite like this?
You can eat it however you want to eat it.
It might make me sick if I eat it like this.
There's like there's just like fish guts like hanging out of his mouth.
Yeah. I don't have quite the stomach that you've got there.
He takes the fish back and he like bashes it on the rock so that way it dies quickly and doesn't suffer for being being filleted open. Here.
Okay. I go clean
Rosira
the
just
fish.
looks very.
I'm also picking out spells.
Rosira just looks very confused
And
and just starts
stuff.
eating a fish like whole.
Yeah, that's what Athelstan's doing.
Just picture the
Right.
two of you just sitting on a rock somewhere together eating fish.
Yeah.
Bonding. Oh my god, I
He's
forgot
not
you fucking had this.
He's not bonding, he's squinting at you. What the fuck is this?
I completely forgot you had that.
Oh my
And
fucking
I was the one that gave it to you. I was the one that gave it to you too.
The turquoise animal figurines. That's not a red flag that's gonna be some Jumanji ass shit right there.
No, they're not
It's just-
magical.
Yep.
Why do
None
you
of
have
this-
a large, well-made tapestry?
Because it was all in the bag of holding from Cthulhu.
Yep.
But why
And
did you bring it into the jungle?
Because Cthulhu was in the jungle.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, so this is gonna take me a hot minute, and then I'm gonna pick out spells. So y'all just do what you gotta do.
Pythons, god damn it! Duality, for fuck's sake!
That wasn't me. That was the backpack we found. I think.
1,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5. Fucking hell. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pythons, everybody. You know what a python is? It's a small pickaxe.
No,
No, it's the.
it's the thing that you hit into the rock.
It's a small pickaxe, and you put it in the side of the mountain to secure your drag lines.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Hi, Sly.
Hi, Sly.
I say.
Hi, Sly.
Well, that also means you get the wand of magic detection and the witchlight wands, which mark off one use from those witchlight wands.
Don't forget that we do have the mighty boomstick. Remember, we did establish that, Effie.
You do. But just nobody
I
can
know
use it.
I know, but Athelstan felt bad leaving it. Just looks like a big dumb centipede.
Yeah, it does. You can hop on cam whenever you're ready, Sly. I'm good for you.
Okay, now I gotta fix my inventory.
Full
So much
golem.
rope.
Oh, come on, Corvette.
So much rope.
All right. So with a fresh set of rations, Sly, go ahead and mark off one ration for the day.
What is a pickaxe if not a wedge on a stick, though, Asparagus?
It's not like the python is not a pickaxe though. It's a
It's the curve thing, yeah.
It's essentially a fat. What are those called? Ice pick.
I know.
Spike.
Anyway, moving on.
Rock climbing.
Where are we
spelunking.
going?
Insane.
To the scars.
Scars. Okay. So I need a survival check to figure out your way there.
Advantage to the pony. Oh no! Oh bless! It looked like it was gonna be a 7 and a 2, but it was a 20 and a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
And thanks to Agni, we have some wonderful new crit and fumble tables for ability skills.
See that?
So, because
Wait to see how this
Atlas
blows up.
crit
Succeeding
didn't fumble, Atlas is able to understand wildlife, allowing him to befriend or temporarily gain the trust of a nearby animal, granting you a potential ally or source of information.
He immediately
Kiwi
finds like
Riders.
the closest dragonfly and starts talking to it.
Okay. So the dragonflies here are about the size of your palm. And like stretching out the thumb, that's like the wingspan there. So they're relatively large.
The size of a darner, yeah.
Yeah. So this dragonfly flutters down and settles himself on The back of Atlas's hand, looks up with its big, multifaceted eyes. Blink. Blink.
Is it even? Can it be Evenrue from the Rescuers?
I don't know how to do that voice.
Does he have a little? Does he have a little mustache?
Sure.
And a
Yes,
little stripy turtleneck.
sure.
Okay. So he's just like, tell me all about living out here on the lake, because I feel like that's something Atlas would do. Oh, God.
Ow.
Can you repeat that?
Can't hear you.
Actually, it would kind of sound like that, wouldn't it? Kind of like chippy and not very glossy at all.
Yeah, you just said it too fast. I didn't understand you. He just points at the water. That's a lake.
Ooh.
Water. Yes, water. Are you happy here?
Yes.
That's good. I'm very glad. Do you want to ride on my head for a while?
Yes.
So
Does this count as an animal or a beast?
it's a beast. So Athelstan is able to hear it.
Oh my god, I just realized that means that he can hear the cicadas screaming for sex all the time.
Yep, he can.
Way to make it weird, Cedar.
They're just like,
Uh,
and he's just like, but that's fine because he just falls asleep like an animal and just literally just like wakes up in the morning.
that does bring me to a question that I addressed to Afi a minute ago.
What?
I said question to Afi a second ago.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh my dear fucking god. Why was there so much shit in here?
What?
Sorry, I'm trying to organize my inventory again.
Duality's
I
a
mean-
hoarder.
No.
No,
Duality?
it's from that bag, from Cthulhu's bag. I
But
understand
why
where it
did
came from.
Duality have it?
Because
Alaric is a hoarder. There we go.
No,
Oh my-
that
can you
was
imagine?
more like Ulrich grabbed it. Ulrich had it all because we were keeping it in the bag of holding until Ulrich destroyed the bag. And then he just sewed the bag back together. It was just a bag at that point and filled it right back up.
Yeah, I remember this. He kept it anyway because he's a hoarder.
So
That's
with the
fine.
survival check, Atlas is able to guide you along the river towards the Sleepless Forest.
It does make sense though, based off of his traumas and such. We're here for you, Alaric, even though you're not here for us. I know.
Wow.
That was a deep cut.
Yenrik, what can you tell us about this forest?
What do you
That
wanna know
makes
specifically?
sense and isn't gonna make me want to punch you in the face.
Okay, then I can tell you nothing.
Athelstan's is taking up the rear as we're walking, and when he hears him say that, he just goes.
I was gonna say the entire time that we're doing this, Zero would be like running along the path, like trying to catch small game animals.
I'm just imagining like Simba going after butterflies and shit.
Right.
There's green balls on the map.
Yes. These are
That's a lot.
locations you have been.
Oh.
Yep.
Because I figured out how to share shit.
Nice. Good for you. I'm proud of you.
Am I supposed to see a map that's not the ziggurat?
Yep. We're not there
Sly.
anymore.
Sly's still in the ziggurat. Oh no, we look around. Where's Sly?
That's it!
No, she shared it before Sly joined us.
Okay. So it takes about the majority of your day, but you do find yourselves now standing at the foot of a plateau. It's not terribly high. It's not as high as the Pantera Lodge was, or even the descent down to the temple. It will take a little bit of fancy footwork to get yourselves up there, though. Currently, it's just prior to dusk. You can see the sun setting below the canopy of trees. And that sort of gentle chill that comes in the jungle has begun.
You said jungle.
Yeah?
You said comes also, but my reference that you said jungle instead of comes. Because somehow explaining this joke makes it funnier.
Okay.
Okay.
My Adderall wore off. I'm not sorry.
That's okay.
So this is a ridge going downwards, right? Not upwards.
This is going up.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Acrobatics to climb it.
What was that, Sly?
Can I use acrobatics to climb it? If I do it fancy?
I mean, we have all the supplies as a part. Like, this is out of character. We have all the supplies. We could make a couple of collective checks and stuff like that to say that we climbed up there. And as long as we don't die horribly, we should be just fine. But would it be reasonable to think that we could get up there and find a defensible position before complete dark, before full dark, where the people who... Actually, almost everybody can see in the dark here now. So we don't have a human with us anymore.
Well, they
I'm
could see in the
saying-
dark too anyway, because they had
Well, he had
goggles.
goggles. Yeah, but he couldn't naturally see in the dark.
Honestly, if we're gonna be doing that, Razir would probably just start climbing the cliff straight up.
So you're all
She had-
standing there like discussing it. Like, are we gonna try to get up there? Are we just gonna like camp down here first and then do it first
Athelstan
thing?
just like taps Keeli's shoulder and just points up.
Razira's like halfway up the plateau already.
Just like walking.
Okay. I guess we're going up there then.
She's like a goat.
She is very small.
Excuse me, there was that fish from earlier. That was really good. Haven't had freshwater fish like that in a while.
All right, so
Oh,
you are deciding to make your way up.
We have
Yes.
and we have the tools and stuff, so we can say that we can get. Actually, it's almost dusk. I mean, it's almost evening when we're gonna rest again. He's like, Athelstan's like looking up and down. What do you think the likelihood of me having to turn into a fucking dragon is going to be? Between now and tomorrow morning. Because
I mean,
everything seems to go
anywhere
wrong.
else?
Because hear me out here. Everything seems to go wrong on the third watch.
That's fair. I don't know, Athelstan. I don't know anything at this point.
I know you don't know. I am not asking you to know everything. I'm not asking any of you to make a decision alone.
No matter what time of day, something will try to eat us.
Always. Before we go climbing up this thing, I just wanted to say real quick, because I know you were all thinking that I would have done the same if Mina had told me to. Sure. But the thing is, Mina never asks anything of me. She never has asked me for anything. Not once. I would, but she wouldn't. And I, so far, have found that making decisions together and working together is a lot easier in getting what I want. And he'll back up and start turning into a dragon painfully and loudly.
So after that random sentence out of nowhere, Athelstan backs up and begins to break all of his bones in order as the snout of a dragon begins to emerge.
Anybody who's looking at Zira, she would have probably heard like the bone popping and looked over and like you just see her eyes like
We can't see your face duality.
No,
I'm
it's just
imagining
you gotta describe to us what
Just
you're
like-
doing with your face.
big eyes
just
with
that-
fishy
that,
sparkles.
that you know the cat look when it's like just freaking out like
Oh, like the
brain,
mouth open, like
brain rebooting.
where they get their ears flat
Yes.
and their neck doesn't exist anymore.
That's Pasta's default look.
Congratulations, he's half the size of the cliff now. He does like the shake, you know, the dog shake, the cat shake thing.
I'll just hang on because I was already riding on it.
Ah! Yeah.
Okay. What spell is this again that we're doing?
Polymorph. It's one of my invocations.
Yeah, so I'll need a d6 roll from you then.
Hang on. I don't know if this is an innate ability or not. An invocation, technically. Sculptor of flesh.
By the way,
It says
Cool,
you can
fine, yeah.
cast polymorph once per long rest.
Yeah, it's true.
Mm.
Technically,
total
yeah.
side
No.
Okay.
note. Total side note, unrelated to everything, but very exciting. It was a very wrinkly birthday yesterday.
Yes, it was. Happy birthday, Wrinkle Pig.
Happy birthday, Wrinkle Pig. You better made her a cake. A kitty cake.
So, Athelstan,
Yes.
I'm having a birthday party.
you find that your senses are even more keen than normal. You can smell and hear everything around you. Moreover, the earth below you begins to open, dragging you down under. Nope. No saving throw.
I throw Sly off my neck.
Do you go, Sly?
No, because I don't know what's going on, so I'm obviously like desperately clinging to not be thrown off.
All right, make a strength saving throw.
Just giant dragon sinking into quicksand, clawing at the ground. Get her off me!
What am I throwing? What?
Strength saving throw.
Yelling at Keli and the rest of them. Get her off me!
Remember the heartbreaking scene in what was it, Land Before Time, when everybody goes into the oil pits? That's what's happening to you right now.
Or like
Get her off me!
the never-ending story.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not that.
Trey,
The oil pits. They climb. That nothing tragic happened there. They became a giant amorphous blob and scared away all of the head bashers.
But it was scary.
Yes, it was.
Okay, you are able to maintain your grip, and you all watch as Sly and Dragonstan are pulled down under the earth.
How's Keli reacting to this? He's literally just like screaming in his big old dragon stand voice. Get her off of me!
Trying to get her off of you, but if she's holding on to you.
I know,
The-
but
I'm
like,
just like, what game? What? Okay,
The
bestie, I
ground
guess we're playing-
closes above you.
yep.
Where the fuck did they just go?
Can I? I'm
Well,
gonna
they're
allow the
dead.
DM
Let's
to
go.
describe to me. Oh my fucking god. I'll assume that we're going to have an aside in a moment.
Ianric, what did you say?
Well, they're dead. Up the cliff we go.
I swear to God, Yenrik, I will kill you myself. Now is not the time.
I mean, you can start digging, but it's going to be pointless.
Athelstan, roll a d8 in the tower.
Please don't go to Barovia. Please don't go to Barovia.
Okay. The rest of the party can continue. What are you doing?
Zira sees that and just goes back down the cliff.
Okay. So the tabaxi scrabbles back down to all of you. The ground looks like nothing happened. Every tree root, every leaf, every rock is in the exact same position it was in before the ground opened up.
Everybody stay here. And I'm gonna walk like 50 feet away. So like just in case I explode.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Sending.
So 50 feet away, you cast Sending. Go ahead. What do you say?
Where the fuck are you? Where did you end up? Please tell me you are still in this domain.
That it?
Yep.
Roll a d6. For the next 10 minutes, you can teleport up to 20 feet as a bonus action on each of your turns as long as the origin and the destination lie in shadow.
Every 6 seconds, you can just be like, poof, poof, poof.
I picture she just sneezes and like teleports to the other side of the party.
Well, it would
that's
take a
fun.
couple because it's only 20 feet, so you'd have to be like, achoo, achoo, achoo.
Yeah. She has a sneezing fit.
Hey, Keela, I thought you were going over there, not back over here.
Shut up, Yenrik.
Razira is just like, how close to behind Razira would Keela end up on her sneezing fit?
I mean, I was joking, but whatever. Like, I don't know. Like,
Do it
she
for the
wouldn't
vine.
purposely end up behind you guys. I would leave that up to the DM to decide where I show up.
So you sneeze, and where you were was not in shadow, so you don't move.
Ah.
Okay.
But you still feel this sort of innate ability. You don't really understand it. Like you've teleported before. You know what that
For a
sensation?
long time.
Not for a long time. But no, that's not true because you have been vortex warped, which is very close. So
Okay,
you
yeah, I
get this
guess.
feeling like around your fingers and your toes and like up to your ankles and down to your elbows. The same sort of feeling that whenever you were vortex warped, but you feel like you are in control of it rather than somebody else going beep, beep.
Okay. I wait to hear back from Athelstan. And
Okay.
pace probably the entire time because, why not?
Athelstan and Sly.
Is this a cone of silence kind of thing?
No.
Okay. I was like, oh gods, I really have to pay attention and take notes.
You appear in a dense copse of trees. You don't hear anyone. You don't see anyone. But Athelstan, with your keen senses, you do smell them. They are about 150 feet to the west of you.
Would Razira pick up on them too?
Did we rise up out of the ground? Sorry.
Yes. You're
Told me
basically
it's a
like spat
whole-
out.
I just want it to be a whole herd of chewingas.
Athelstan's like doing the thing where he's got his like the cat not trying not to be pushed into the sink on bolt on just like
Okay.
about a dragon. Why?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes. What happened?
I became a dragon, and then we got sucked into the ground, and we were reverse birthed out of the earth. Roughly,
I'm finished picking up my spells now.
luckily, we are still in Valachan. I can hear the others.
You can't hear them, you can smell them.
I can smell the others. We're not that far.
Okay, what do we do? Do we wait? Do we go? What do you want to do?
No, I will take us to them. But first, when I tell you,
Before you can finish, you hear in your head, "Where the fuck are you? What the fuck happened?" And whatever else it was that Keelai said.
So 150 feet is just about how far you're supposed to, like, not quite, a little over how far you're supposed to start your signal before you turn, right? Or was it 300 feet? I forget. But
Ish.
usually, yeah, something like that.
I
But
don't know. I usually do it. We're not getting into that. Never mind.
anyway, so I'm trying to ask if we're in shouting distance. Okay, no, never mind. He just like messages back. He just sends back. Okay, first of all, ow. I'm okay, by the way, and so is Sly. You and out of character, you said that they're 150 feet west of me?
Ish.
Okay. We are less than 200 feet east of your position. Calm your tits.
You got 3 words left if you want them.
We'll be back.
2 words? Okay.
We'll be back.
Will be.
We'll be back.
Will
Imposter makes it
be.
one word.
We'll... I thought you said 3 words.
2.
Oh.
I miscounted.
Be back.
Coming back. Coming back. Or be back. Yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, will be, because I'll just play it as it is. Because I was not keeping track. Sly. Why didn't you let go?
It all happened so fast. I honestly, I panicked.
I'm sorry.
Whatever, you're just stuck with me. Deal with it.
I am not stuck with you. I choose to keep you here.
Well, I mean, obviously, because even if you wanted to, you obviously wouldn't be able to get rid of me. Based on the...
Keep telling yourself that. Big old dragon smile. Just more teeth, way more teeth than usual. Oh, right behind the other scale, right behind. Yeah.
There you go.
Having scales is so weird.
Yeah, they're weird to... Yeah.
All right. Would you be opposed to either me rushing through and trying to bash my way through all these trees, or can we just fly over there?
It's up to you.
Have you flown before?
I mean, I got pulled through a bag, so, like, how bad could it be?
Whatever, just don't pull out my scales.
Okay.
Hold on tight, and just does like the shoulder thing like a kitty cat, and just whoosh.
Okay.
Just literally just like a bounce, because it's like 150 feet.
How high up in the air do you go?
Not that far.
Well, you
I'm
have
not,
to.
I'm not getting ready to get shot down. I just want to like stay over just enough to like get me off the ground. Maybe even like Jesus Christ, baby, Jesus Christ, lizard across the trees.
Okay, so above the tree line.
Yeah, just above the tree line.
Okay. So that is still a good 100 feet or so up. These are
Okay.
old, ancient trees, so they are
So-
very tall.
It'll get us a view at least.
Yes. So as you move up, you see this sort of like open area ahead of you. And facing west, you can see the drop of the plateau. So you bamfed yourself up onto the ridge. Beyond that, you can see the sort of dip where the not basilisk lake is. You can see sort of the mountains that lead over to Yaguara's heart. And you are able to make your way towards the edge of the ridgeline.
Is
As
there
you
any
make your
smoke
way
lines?
there.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Make a perception check.
Because I feel like this is pretty valuable. Excuse me.
Eight. Oh, wait, that's an insight. Fuck me. 12.
Still not great.
No, that's okay. You can see.
Do I have any pluses because of my keener senses?
Actually, you
before I
would.
got
Go ahead and
before
make
I
it-
got reverse birthed.
Go ahead and make that an advantage. So just roll another die.
Oh my god, Shy just dropped a heinous shit. 19.
19? Okay. So you can see a smoke line. Just marking it on the map here. Here-ish.
I think I would try and do when I would do the circle to land. I would check the areas to the east as well. Yeah.
Yep, I'm getting there. See one there-ish. You see another there.
Okay. I try and make note of that because I know that we have a copy of the map.
You do.
Light down onto the ridge.
I think we have 2 copies of the map, don't we? Because Atlas
Yeah.
has one.
I had a couple of copies, I think.
Okay. So, zoom out a little bit on that. So for chat, the black X's, there are 2 in the Sleepless Forest and 1 beneath the Urambamba River. That is where Dragonstan is seeing the smoke lines. Okay. So you get to the edge of the ridge and you look down and you can see your friends standing there.
Yeah, just like kind of circles around over the ridge, then lands on the ridge,
Mhm.
looks down, lets Sly get off. Get off. On the ground, please. Just so I can get Gordon and Atlas up here. Thank you for holding tight. Are you okay? Did my scales scrape if anything important?
Right.
Okay, good. I was going to say something along the lines of next time I tell you to do something, you do it, but I'm pretty sure it would just fall on deaf ears, especially if it's something that you didn't want to do. But the sentiment is still there. The fact that I would not want to drag you to wherever the fuck I thought we were going to be heading by being reverse birthed out of the ground. Into the ground.
Sorry, what? I'm just kidding.
So I paid no attention.
You know?
I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
That
Dragons
time can't stop me because I can't read.
he like takes his big old dragon snoot and just like gets it right up in your face and flares his big old reptilian nostrils.
Smells lightningy.
Your head can fit in my mouth. I do
So
like
perfect.
I do like the little snake the little snaky blep. Bleh, bleh. I'm gonna go fly down there before Keeli lays an egg. And I just like kind of light down there.
Meanwhile, while
Make
Keeli is
way.
down there laying an egg,
Make way. I'm fine. We're fine. Nice landing. Just kind of like lands.
You land, I step in the shadows, sneeze, and blink somewhere else.
sure. You watch as Keli is at one point beneath the sort of shadow of a tree, sneezes, and then appears under a different shadow of the ridge.
Oh, I'm on the ridge now?
No, like beneath it. Still beneath it,
Oh,
but like
okay.
there's enough overcropping that it does offer some shadow.
He just like looks over. Why are you wasting spell slots on a Misty Step?
That wasn't a spell. Also, what's a spell slot?
I don't know. Just felt like something I should say. Anyway, thanks. I'm fine. So is Sly.
If I was with you, I knew they'd be fine.
Okay. Who wants to go up first, Gordon or Atlas?
During this entire time, Razira is just staring at the dragon with big eyes.
Big old fishy
Uh,
sparkle eyes.
You can totally take Atlas first. I'm good. I can watch everybody's back.
Okay. Like we practiced before, Atlas?
Yep, we got this.
All right. So you Operation
going-
Dumbo Drop.
Yep, just back and forth and back and forth. He'll land again after placing Atlas on the cliff and finally acknowledge Razira. Just like swing his giraffe ass head over and just be like, do the nostril thing.
She jumps backwards like 20 feet.
Hair on end.
Hissing like the kitten from Aristocats.
I get it. It cuts out.
Yeah, there you go.
Razira, make me a Arcana check.
Arcana?
Mhm.
That'll go well.
God, Sam.
That'll
you
go
have
real
to
well.
add to it.
9.
Some dragons breathe fire.
She's immediately just going to full sprint, feline agility, and dash climb the cliff at 160 feet.
Okay.
It's just like,
I think you scared her.
if a dragon could, and he just says, if a dragon could shrug, I try shrugging. Does it work?
Yeah, there's like a little flutter of wings and your shoulders go up a little bit.
Don't trust her yet. Don't trust them.
What is asking you to?
That's what I'm saying, Keli. Y'all got trust issues.
I'm fully aware that we all have trust issues there, Gordon.
I'm just pointing it out.
I
no
understand.
offense. No offense.
I get it.
You are
I'm
simply
not saying you're wrong.
You are simply stating the obvious. My trust issues, of course, have several reasons. Sure, that doesn't make them an excuse, and I do not wish to project them upon others who are undeserving of it, but it does make me wary of meeting people that I don't fucking know.
Razira, make me a wisdom saving throw.
You know, because, like, sometimes people I didn't know or didn't trust would try to fit a knife in between my ribs, and most of the time succeeded.
21.
You're okay.
Can I hear this like conversation from on?
Yeah.
And some of the new people end up just patting your head forever, and then you're besties. So like kind of sometimes it works out for you,
Yeah.
But I did accidentally stab you, so I guess you're right.
Yep.
I just hop on Athelstan's back.
Why is your ass so bony?
Not, Keli has a really nice ass.
You have a bony. Well, out of character, Athelstan doesn't care.
Aren't you wearing armor anyway? Isn't that what would make it feel bone?
Well, I wear scale mail from the waist up.
It's just scales on scales. It's like Flint. Fly everyone up there. We agree, so we do it.
All right, so you get everybody up onto the top of the ridge. Ahead of you, you can still hear sort of the rippling of river, where the Arambamba River kind of like flows up.
Try and
Flows
find
down,
a-
I guess, would be the more accurate phrase.
Because I'm a copper dragon asparagus. Well, like a grainy, oxidized copper dragon, but still. I'm sure when he takes Breeze up, it's very gay and adorable and everything like that.
It's extremely
is.
gay and adorable. Yep.
The touch lingers too long, real scaly. Anyway, I would like we should probably find a place where we can easily defend.
Yes.
Look at the sky, is it gonna rain?
Make a nature check.
At advantage. Oh yeah,
Look
dragon
at that
stand.
little guy.
Dragon stand.
He's just a little guy.
He's a guy. He's just an itty bitty little guy.
Are you a young or an adult?
I
Young
can't.
copper
I
dragon?
can't. I can not high enough level yet for an adult.
Okay.
That'd be scary.
Okay. So you roll a 23. You are able
Was it a nature
to...
check or was it a survival check? I'm sorry.
Nature is fine. Nature or
okay.
survival. You are able to find yourself a little... No, it's not so much a clearing, but there is an area where you feel if Breeze wanted to, they could put up the bubble, or you could potentially sleep up in the canopy of the trees. You do hear, Athelstan in particular, you hear a crackling fire a little bit closer than the fire lines that you had seen.
Which direction?
I'm just going to mark where you guys are on the map. So you're like at the end of that tick there, along kind of north of the Arambamba River.
Mm-hmm.
It is almost directly south of you.
Someone's camping nearby. Also, someone get out the map when they can. We should maybe take cover in the trees. We throw together some boarding up there.
Yeah. Pull branches together. Tie them. Yeah.
I help being dragon-like, and I can make myself real tall. I do that. We do that.
Okay.
We make little rafts in the trees, like the Tarzan do.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll say with your proficiency in nature and survival between like the whole party, you are able to create this sort of Swiss Family Robinson, like the first couple days situation up in the trees.
Yeah.
And it is sturdy enough to support Atlas and Gordon in particular. From here, through the trees where they begin to thin towards the top, you can see this sort of like orangey yellow glow in the same direction that Athelstan had seen or heard the sounds of fire. No smoke, though.
We get Atlas up there, and he gets Atlas up there, and Athelstan's like, "Hey, Atlas, how does a horse get up a tree?
How?
One neigh at a time."
I don't remember if Atlas likes puns or not. For some reason I thought that Maggie said that they don't.
He's
always making
literally, I'm pretty sure, I forget which episode it was. He's literally quoting a joke that Atlas made to prove that he was paying attention. Also to make him maybe not nervous in case he's nervous about being high on a tree. Cool. I will like mid climb just shrink back down.
Okay. So you get Atlas up. Yeah, it's very uncomfortable as you're like climbing the bones start to like condense and like pull in, and the skin begins to tighten up again, and it's just uncomfortable.
But there's always that
Um,
one final crack that just feels like a good, like, you Cairo, just like, oh,
Yeah, yeah,
all the lumbars click back into place, like,
yeah, right down the spine, all the way to the coccyx. Um, not comfy, but you're okay. It's just uncomfortable during the transition. It hurts during the transition, but it doesn't linger.
just like shakes it off like a cat do.
Yeah.
Like the dog do.
All right. So settling
The map.
in the trees. What is your plan?
The map.
Yep.
He'll
Take the map
mark.
out.
He'll mark where you place the X's, approximately where he saw the smoke lines. Fires here, here, and over here.
Yanrick,
Like-
do these locations mean anything to you? Like, are there villages in the Sleepless Forest?
And then also apparently that one over there.
Yeah, that's where you're seeing the sort of flames and orangeness from.
Okay.
I mean, there could be camps, villages.
Well, yeah, I'm assuming that it's other
Walking villages.
parties.
Those are fun.
Take a deep breath into
Okay.
the nose.
Much longer safe to us to stand up and walk away. And they settle down to new areas.
Okay. Well, I mean, we set up a watch and everybody gets some sleep. We need to get to the shrine, and soon.
I'll take final watch. I just broke my bones 3 different times. Don't ask me about the 3rd time.
Okay. I
Just
wasn't
lay-
gonna.
Just lays down. Just flops over.
All right, who's
Not
taking
and
watch?
just not so subtly like.
To Breeze.
Hey!
And Sly. Good night, bestie. He doesn't snore. He doesn't breathe enough to snore.
Okay.
Good morning.
Well, whoever's on watch, perception check or one at advantage.
I'll be on watch.
I guess I'll take watch with Yanrick.
If you're taking watches, you don't have to. I'm just suggesting it.
Good night.
I'll take watch with Yanrick.
Annoyed that we're up high.
This
so
won't
I'm
end
just
poorly.
squeeze under something or someone.
Gordon, perhaps?
I don't care. Under anyone.
Wait a minute.
I'm sleeping.
Why? I thought Yinrik was over that. No, wait, no, that was just Athelstan, wasn't it?
Yeah. He had 2 stress effects, so he got rid of 1, but he still has another.
And quite exhausted.
Yes.
So wait, are we both making them, or did you do it with advantage?
I just made one.
Sorry, my sheet is being kind of slow.
Okay, group hydrate while you're waiting for that.
There we go,
You
23.
didn't even need my help.
Okay. On the breeze this high up, you are able to hear what appears to be something not chanting exactly, but definitely talking. And you can hear what appears to be one person speaking, and then there's like an answer by a group.
A group?
Mhm.
Does it sound familiar at all, or is it too far away to really tell?
It's too far away to tell, but it's definitely some sort of spoken language, definitely a conversation of some sort.
Is it coming
You-
from the direction of the fire?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like we should just leave them be, but What do you think, Yenrik?
I want to go play with it.
Yeah, of course you do. Let's not. Because everybody needs sleep. And I don't want to be fighting something if we don't have to.
Oh, I meant to put the rest of the party in cone of silence. Sorry, one sec.
I was confused. I was like, oh, I was just not doing that tonight. It's okay.
No, I forgot. It's fine. You're good.
It's okay.
Jordy's dwarf says probably just hippies, no worries.
I can get a little bit closer and check it out, but I don't know. I feel like
I
we
mean,
should
I have
just
no
leave it
magic,
alone.
but I still want to go play with it.
How about no? Because you are kind of squishy.
I am fleshy, so I am squishy.
Yeah. What's at this temple or at this shrine, Yenrik?
I've never been there.
Have you been to the other one?
No.
Do the shrines change from hunt to hunt?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know anything about this this shrine?
Yes.
Make a history check.
Anything that you can tell me?
Well, you know the shrine itself is located on a pillar. And there is a gap in order to get there.
Gap. What kind of gap? Like through the trees, or what do you mean?
You don't know. The last time the Scars was a destination for the trial, you were a wee bun.
A wee bairn.
A wee barn.
Yeah. So, that's the thing.
Did Shakuna say anything to you besides go get them when it came to Athelstan and Sly?
Yes.
What did they say?
It was imperative that Sly and Athelstan come to the trial. The Bagman was crucial to the success of this hunt. And since they are the only two that are known to survive contact with the Bagman himself, that was their best option.
That.
Does
Sorry, the
Shakuna
kiddo
mean
keeps
to
going in the
kill
background, so I
him?
have to keep muting.
Okay.
Okay.
She intends to hunt him. But from what I remember, he was required for the ritual to get the memories back, to get the information for Darkon. I'm remembering more, but not all at
Okay.
once.
Oh, like it's slowly coming back.
Yeah, so all the relevant, important memories were shifted first. Other things are slowly coming back over time.
Okay.
Like, I had a dream, kind of like a memory of an idea for an alternative to save Darkon. But it's not there.
An alternative to taking out
Killing
someone's
the kin.
heart.
Killing the kin. Killing the heirs.
Yeah.
The only downside is to do it that way, no heir can take the throne.
Okay. What is?
But I don't
I
quite
don't
remember
understand.
all the details.
Okay. I
So it
mean,
would save Toman from being killed?
Tommen.
Yes,
Athelstan would
that
never
one.
let that happen.
For Athelstan to take the throne, he would have to die.
Athelstan wouldn't do that to Tommen.
But I'm on the cusp of remembering another ritual to save
Well, when
it.
it comes back to you,
Totally.
I want to get him out of here. I want to get the Maul out. There has to be a way. If Athelstan's father figured it out. There has to be a way.
Is the goal to save Darkon?
I think Athelstan wants to. My goal is to get everyone out. No one should be stuck here against their wills.
Them when I remember the details.
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Well, we'll bring it to them when I remember all the details.
Okay.
So can we go investigate the thing or not?
No. If you really want to know what it is, I can... Do I still feel like I can warp?
No, it's been longer than 10 minutes.
Okay. No, you cannot.
I'll heed your warning this time and not go play with it.
Thank you. The last time you did that, you almost took a meteor to the face.
That's the fun part.
I don't know that that word means what you think it means, but sure.
Exciting, thrilling, not boring.
Like, I know that I'm a little bit of a stick in the mud, but there's a difference between exciting and stupid.
Safe is boring. Jungle is fun.
Well, when we're done with this stupid ritual and trial, you can have all the fun in the jungle you want.
But I can't. I gotta go to Darkon.
Then you can have all the fun in the woods there that you want.
I have your word on that.
I'm not responding to that.
So
We
who are
wake up
supposed
the
to
next
wake up?
watch.
Oh, simultaneous.
Okay, who are you waking up? Preferably
Atlas and Gordon.
preferably people who are here.
Oh, come on.
Preferably people who are here.
Fine. Let's
Well, then there's only two
do.
options.
The fuck was that?
Mm-hmm.
Cedar almost died.
I guess.
Asshole stand and slide, it is.
Sure. Cedar's on the
Maybe in
phone.
a minute.
Okay.
Okay, how
Oh.
about we do Razira and Sly then?
Fine.
Sly. You are woken by Yinrik. Kind of like nudging you under Gordon.
What?
There's fun things over there. You should go check it out.
Okay.
No. Oh my god.
Where?
You said I couldn't go.
I very gingerly like wake up Razira because they seem a little jumpy.
Okay, how do
I don't need her
you
like flipping out over and falling out of the tree.
specifically, how do you wake Razira?
I take like a stick and just very gently like tap tap.
Okay. Razira?
Let's see. How would that go? Up in a tree, random thing poking.
Why are you guys like this?
Why not?
Gonna reach out, try and knock it away. All of a sudden, long pointy thing poking. Brain immediately snake jump.
So there isn't a whole lot of places to drop except for directly up. Is that where you go?
Yep, pretty much even higher in the tree.
Okay. So Razira wakes, jolting up, ending up upside down, clinging to one of the branches above, all poofed out like a pissed off cat.
Peace, little one. I'm just waking you up for watch.
He's going to start looking around, calming down.
It's okay, you can come back down here. None of us here are gonna hurt you. At least not on purpose.
She's going to climb back down the tree. Oh, and I guess go to the edge of the platform or whatever.
You're gonna take watch with Sly, okay?
She blinks and is like, okay.
Right. I
she-
go to bed.
I was gonna say, give her a second because it's
Calls
like she's
me.
not the best with common, so she's like translating everything you're saying in her head, so it's taking a second. Also,
I
the
give
fact she
you a
has the
second.
attention span of a goldfish, so.
Great, because that's
You
just
you
what we
literally
need
just
in
made
character.
pasta. You like literally just made pasta.
Oh God. All
Are
right.
you okay, little one?
Fine.
Okay. Eli and Yinrik, you go to sleep.
Wait, where's
Oh.
the fun stuff?
I need a perception check at advantage or one each from you both.
The one each is it already gets an advantage, so.
Okay, one each.
21. Because it didn't take the +5 from my perception.
No, it
I
rolled
did
your
not.
passive. So it dropped a 2. You rolled a 2, which would give
I
you a
rolled
7.
16.
Wait.
That's what it says. Out of a D20, I rolled a 16. And my passive would be 15.
Oh yeah, it's all fucked up because okay. Just remove the advantage, like your effect for advantage on perception, and we're gonna roll it manually twice until that's fixed.
It was fixed earlier, and then Yenrik did something.
There's a shock. Okay, it's fine. So, you both settle in to your watch. You can still see the sort of orangey light that's coming from south of you, and you hear it has the cadence of talking, but you can't make out the words. You also hear footsteps down on the ground below you, crunching through sticks and leaves and just the general underbrush. You're about 75 feet up in the tree. What would you like to do? Don't everybody speak at once.
I'm just looking.
Okay.
Azira's gonna look over the edge.
Okay.
Probably not see anything.
You do. There's enough moonlight and enough gaps in the trees above to be able to see down to the forest floor in places. You can't really make out a whole lot of details, but you do see cloaked figures moving around down there.
How many?
There's 6. They basically move under you and keep walking towards the west.
Azira's gonna keep her eye on them as far as she can see them.
Yeah, they begin to disappear in between the trees. So you lose sight of them. And then you settle into a very uncomfortable silence.
Sorry, I'm trying not to drop the cat.
Okay. Do you just spend it in silence, or is there anything you want to talk about?
Azira is just going to Azira is actually just going to dig through her poncho and pull out a needle and thread from her one of her pouches.
Okay.
And start going over her poncho and making sure nothing was torn or anything.
Okay. You find no tears or anything, despite how you were flitting about. Sly?
Like, so, like, what's your deal?
I'm sorry, what?
What's your deal? Where are you from? Where did you go? Where did you come from?
I'm from Chult.
Quick second, I have to adjust ball. Where is that? What is that place like? How did you get here? Why are you here?
I don't know. My tribe has guarded an ancient temple for generations. As far as we are aware, it's never opened before.
So it just opened and then you were here?
It opened, someone had to investigate. I was the one chosen. I followed down the hallway, the entrance. When I turned around, the passage I had been coming from was gone. And I heard the rabbit man and the goat person in the distance. So I followed.
Yeah. The rabbit is interesting. So what's your home like?
Much like here, but I do not feel like I'm constantly being watched. I am afraid I am jumpier than usual.
That makes sense. Have you ever heard of this place before? Or the Trial of Hearts before?
I'm afraid I have not. I did not know a place as this, such as this existed. It is very strange.
Do you know what the Bagman is?
I am afraid I do not.
Well, I feel like it's a bit of a long story, but basically I was not here, and then a creepy looking long bitch grabbed me and pulled me through a bag of holding?
You were pulled through your portable hole.
Oh, I lied. Never mind. Scratch that. Rewind. Some creepy looking long bitch grabbed me and pulled me through a portable hole, and then I was here. So, which is weird because you'd think the Bagman could only do that through bags, but I guess not.
You've discovered in your time, sort of, not with the Bagman, but like learning about him in passing, it's any extra dimensional space. So it could be a bag of holding, a portable hole, a handy haversack, anything like that.
Misleading, unclear, lawsuit time.
Would like to return to sender.
It's Excuse me, there was no disclaimer. I would like a lawsuit, please.
Okay. No.
Anyway.
What is portable hole?
It's like a hole that you fold up and carry with you, and then you throw it at things, either on the ground or walls or on an interdimensional asshole named Thulak, because you're a genius. And then it either destroys things if there's other things like bags of holding in them on them because you're lucky, or you fall into them and almost die, like I did once.
They're also used for storage.
I was getting there.
Just saying.
I didn't actually know that you could use them for storage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Basically,
Zara just looks very confused because half those words she didn't understand.
can you hear me? Okay, wait, time up. Can you hear me clearly if I leave it like just for a second so that I don't? Okay. Portable hole. You can like fold it up, or you can like open it. You can like throw it, or put it on things.
No, she heard you just fine. She didn't understand what half the words meant.
That's why I'm re-explaining it, but like with like showing you. I'm being helpful.
With physical gesturing, you are kind of able to get the gist of what Sly is saying, that a portable hole is like a pit that you can store things in, but then you fold it up and you can take it elsewhere. And a bag of holding is literally a bag that looks like a bag, but if you open it and stick your arm in and think about what you need, it'll come up to your hand and you can pull it out.
I did not know that that's how that worked, so I'm very excited to know that. I don't know how I thought it worked, but...
Or you can turn it inside out and all of its contents will go everywhere.
Which is always very exciting.
The bag of holding works sort of like a floating interdimensional space. There's no shelves, basically. But a portable hole is a little bit more chaotic in the sense that if you were to lay it out flat, fill it, fold it up, but then the next time you opened it against a wall, everything that you had stacked neatly in there would now be on its side. And it would have like fallen, and there's the potential that it could break if you don't open it the same way.
Portable holes for throwing at Cthulak. Bags of holding for holding things.
She's gonna shake her head, acting like she understands. She doesn't understand. There's still too many words she doesn't understand in that whole thing.
Rosira's not dumb.
No, but common is not her first language, and it's like interdimensional, Cthulhu, what?
Okay, interdimensional and Cthulhu for sure, but like you get the general gist of it.
What languages do you speak?
You can assume that Cthulhu is a title or a name, just from, what do you call it when it's like context, based on context clues. So you're able to determine like that sort of thing. Interdimensional, that's a little bit too esoteric for you, but yeah, you're able to get the gist of it. You're not missing a whole lot from what Sly is saying. Anything else on your watch? Okay.
Not for me, at least. Slime, maybe.
Where's the fun stuff that Yenrik was like? There's fun stuff over there.
You can see it through the south, to the south of you. There is, like the trees, so it kind of blocks your view, but you are able to make sort of an orangey, reddish yellow glow from that direction. And you can hear the sort of conversational cadence from that direction as well.
What if I sneak a little closer? I'm curious and I want to know.
I find that it's better to leave sleeping gators alone. They have a tendency to bite.
But they're not sleeping.
Even more reason not to.
Have you seen me disappear into the shadows?
No, you were very bad at it when I saw you last try. Speaking of the time you rolled the 1.
Yeah, I tripped. This whole like fancy. I don't want to drop from here. Don't fall. This whole fancy like outfit, it's new.
To you,
Fine, whatever.
Razira, the crown in particular does not look new. The cloak, however, is nice.
She's just gonna reach up and ding on the crown.
Can she reach that high?
Nope. Unless you're sitting. I'm assuming you're sitting sort of like on the edge of your platform.
Fine. Yeah, listen.
I don't say if you're standing, she'd still jump up and do it.
That she would probably make.
Oh no, she would make it no problem because Path of the Beast Barbarian, I could add my athletics rolls to my jumps.
That's why I said that's what she would probably make. Yes.
Yeah.
So are you gonna go investigate, or what's the plan here, friends?
Yes.
You're gonna go investigate? Okay. I need your stealth check. If you are putting your cloak up, you can do it at advantage, but you have to maintain the hood up on your cloak to keep that stealth check.
Okay. I'm just gonna go like on my own. Like, you don't have to come with me. I'm just gonna like go see quickly. Question, if I roll like with advantage and then like the hood comes off, can I put it back on and roll again, or do I only get one advantage? Because if I only get one advantage, I'll save it.
No, like as long as your hood is up and stays up, you get the advantage roll. But if you were to, say, take a tumble and your hood falls off, then you would lose your stealth check and you'd have to re-roll and decide if you want to take your action to stealth or not, or to put the hood up or not.
Right.
Okay. So 26. You feel pretty stealthy. So in order to get down the tree, you're going to have to give me a acrobatics or athletics check.
I want to say Razira's probably not even paying attention because, again, attention span of a goldfish.
Yeah, makes sense. Without issue, you are able to descend the tree. And you find yourself on the ground.
All of a sudden, she looks over and, like, Sly is gone, like...
Are you going to pursue Razira, or are you staying?
She's gonna look around real quick. not know where she went, and it's like,
Someone should probably stay, but also I encourage delinquency, so
You're already down on the ground, so you don't have input.
that's just a side note.
she would try to remember who talked to Sly the most, and then run over to Apple Sand, try and wake him up.
Okay. We'll come back to that. We're going to start with Sly, and you're going to go into the cone of silence there, Zero. Okay, Sly. You move yourself expertly through the trees and the underbrush, quietly, like a shadow made flesh. Creeping closer towards the fire, you assume. You do get that smell of burning and ozone, wood, and then the speaking gets a little more hearable. Can't think of the right word. You are able to audible,
Hold
like it was audible before.
Sorry, I think my cat is eating styrofoam for some reason.
Okay. Please take this wrinkle pig break to check out our sponsor, Canadian Dice. You can go to canadiandice.ca, use the code TheVectair, all one word, for 10% off of your order. And, support a local small business. Local to Canada. Local to me, because I'm Canadian.
Sorry.
You're okay.
I don't know where she found it. Oh my god, she's got the zoomies or something. I don't know. Anyway.
You're good. So, moving closer, you come to a tree. But this is no ordinary tree. It is found in the midst of a clearing, and it looks like it is on fire. But more than that, it looks as though there is lava coming out of its trunk. And around it, you can see many people, approximately, from what you can tell, at least a dozen. Not surrounding it per se, but definitely in like little groupings that are discussing things or what have you. What do you do?
Can I understand anything that's being said?
Yes, everything that you hear is spoken in Infernal, which is the language you speak. And though you're not close enough to get the full conversation, you are able to pick up words, the opening, the portal, summoning. We will bring her forth. She will raise it to the ground. You hear Beelzebul, Raktos.
Sneak a little closer.
You can absolutely do that. How close do you get?
Like, so I'm still behind. Can I just move myself on the map? Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Oh, sorry. There you go. So moving about the trees, getting a little closer, you can make out what appear to be robes of some sort. They are sort of this dark blood red, like fresh blood, almost black, especially in the darkness. And you can see what appears to be a symbol on their backs, one that you happen to be quite familiar with. One that blazes on your chest even now and leaks like lava down your front.
Do I like get the feeling that this would be helpful considering the conversation I had at the like before everything went wrong? The island temple, or I don't have my notes in front of me.
It's difficult to tell, especially at a distance in the dark. You know that there are factions of the Rakdos cult that would be considered zealots. You know that there are others, more like you, who worship in your own way, praise in your own way, give in your own way, as opposed to giving everything.
Sorry, I found them.
No, you're okay. Take as long as you need to make your notes. So it's up to you. They are cultists like you. It's up to you if you would like to try and speak with them or not risk it.
What I'm wearing is not the same color, right? I can't just like.
No. You're wearing a green cloak and a copper crown, a white tunic, I'm assuming black pants.
Oops, I forgot about the ground. Well, it's covered, so at least like the
Yeah.
It won't shine. I don't know what to do.
It's up to you. You don't have to do anything. You can move back if you wish. Or you can investigate further. Or you can simply watch for a time.
I'll watch for a couple more minutes while I think about what to do. I'll move a little bit.
Okay. So while you're sort of investigating, we're just going to flip to Razira. Razira, you move towards Athelstan, who is currently snuggled up with Breeze.
Scared the shit out of Cedar, though.
I know, I'm sorry, buddy.
Just. It's like, oh my god, it's not my name, but damn.
Razira, how do you wake Athelstan? The purple one that you can't see is purple.
Yep.
What is
He runs up and just starts rocking him back and forth.
Okay. As soon as you touch him, his eyes snap open.
How many of them?
All of them.
Oh.
Make a perception check, Raz.
21.
Okay. So as you're like putting your hands down on, say, Athelstan's shoulder to give him like a little nudge, you can see the eyes open and then the eyes open. Little gaps on his cheeks and his neck and his chest and his arms just all kind of like pop open, and you see this bright emerald green, glossy eyeballs all looking out at you.
What? They all blink at different times.
Is it the one that the one that one in the cloak and the crown?
He
What?
just like sits up. And he
She
goes like
disappeared.
he just like goes like this. Just kind of close, just like because he's just frazzled feline, very easily spooked apparently. Just like just kind of gently closes his eyes. Better.
The one that was hanging on you earlier has disappeared.
Sly. Where is she gone? Oh, where? Why the fuck am I asking? Of course she's gone to investigate the fire. Look to see if Yenrik is still here.
Yenrik is sacked out. He's still here.
Not absolved of guilt yet. I guess I'll belly crawl over to like gently extricate myself from Breeze and belly crawl over to the edge of the platform to look down to see if I can see anything going on down there. See
You
if I
see
can
nothing?
see like any trail that she might have left behind or anything like that. But of course, he's not expecting to.
You're about 75 feet up in the air, so you
Yeah.
don't see anything.
He looks towards the fire. Are his senses still unworldly keen?
Yes. Until dawn.
He'll just stare and just really try and just block out like the small sounds of the forest, like the shuffle of wings of insects and things hunting, and just try and just listen as closely as he possibly can. Just kind of focus, if one can focus one's hearing like that.
Okay. Make a perception check at advantage.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Natural 20. Ow.
So, because you crit, and we have these new crit fumble tables for abilities,
I'm a little scared.
your exceptional visual recall allows you to accurately remember and recreate maps, symbols, or intricate details, aiding in solving puzzles or navigating the complex environment you are currently in.
Okay.
So, as long as you are in this area, and we will include the sort of orangey glow in the distance, you are able to recall everything, recreate a map if needed, solve puzzles if there are any in the area.
Mm-hmm.
You can add a D4 to that roll too if you like.
I don't think I'm going to do much better than a natural 20. Aside
Well,
from
just
the
adds a D4.
I mean, what else? What other information that I glean? Well, sure, I will take it. 23.
Okay. So it's difficult to see because there are a lot of trees in the way, and these are very ancient trees. They are old, so they are wide.
I encourage the trees to move slightly.
They lean. No.
Yeah. One day he'll be able to do that, but not right
Maybe. You can sort of make out a path through the trees that's a little bit wider. You think it might be some sort of hunting trail or a game trail of some sort. And you can make out what appears to be a very large tree in the center of a bit of a clearing where the fire seems to be originating from.
They're burning a large tree.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what he's assuming. Seemingly on fire. Well, that doesn't reek of something sacrificial or anything. He looks at Razira to see what they be doing.
What you doing, Razira?
Trying to pick up Sly's scent.
Okay, make a perception check.
On the platform?
Like, you know
He just
where
look-
she went down and where she landed and where she kind of skittered off to, but
Good question.
yes.
Am I supposed to be in the cone of silence? Because I have been purposely not paying attention because I thought I was supposed to be.
No, you're good.
Okay.
24.
Damn.
Yeah, you feel once if you were to get onto the ground, you'd be able to keep her scent in your nose pretty well.
I trust Sly. But I also trust her to get herself into a situation. We'll give her some time.
How much
She might
time do you
find-
intend to give her?
She might find something useful. How long has it been since she went down the tree?
Literally, as soon as you woke up.
That's when he's asking
That's
Razira that. Yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
I'm just reminding
Oh, sorry.
Duality.
Uh,
You went right to her.
as soon as she noticed Sly was gone, she woke Avelstan up.
Okay.
Couple minutes, maybe.
I'll give her about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Just keeping an eye on that. Listening.
All right.
Can he hear anything interesting happening?
Nothing beyond what I've already described. Back into the cone of silence with you both. Hey, Sly. What are you doing?
How many are there? You said 12?
About a dozen. It's hard to tell because you can't see to the other side of this massive burning tree. So there might be more on the other side that you can't make out. But at least a dozen.
Do I have the bag of holding on me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put everything that's obviously a weapon in there.
Okay.
But not my shoes that are on my feet.
All right.
And I'll keep like one of the little axes on my belt.
Okay.
I'll clip or I'll put the crown like on my belt too because I don't really want to like draw too much attention to myself.
You don't want to be royalty vibes.
Not right now. I feel like that might not be the move.
Okay.
I can always just pull it up and be like, wait, what about this?
You believe me now?
Uno reverse. And then I guess I'll just like be like, I'm not threatening, I swear. I guess just like.
Okay. You also know
Follow.
that there is a greeting for the Rakdos cult.
Yeah, I was gonna say like as soon as somebody like notices, just like immediately like.
It's honestly a little disarming as you move into the clearing. As you step into the light, it's almost like that completely dissipates your ability to be stealthy, to disappear into shadow.
Uh-oh.
And all eyes flick to you immediately.
Just like as a side note, like I took the hood off and everything.
Okay.
Like I want to very clearly not be trying to be sneaky or be threatening or anything.
That's totally fine. You're able to do that without an issue. you sort of move out into the space with a little bit of a flourish as you throw your hood back, and all eyes flick to you. And you very simply say in Infernal, I come for the show of Rakdos, the Defiler, the Lord of Riots. Where can I find a seat? And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh, I'm ready. I was just looking at porn on the carousel.
Oh, okay. Well, we're back, so that's fine.
Oh, okay, good.
Hello, we're back.
I drew the porn.
Not just you.
I mean, not all the porn. There's a fucking lot of porn now, and I am here for it because I get the line art and the sketches. Because I'm in the not only am I in the Discord, but I also get I get the step-by-step processes because Artemis is my friend.
I get bullied by Alyssa. That's the only reason there's so much of it on my end. Because Alyssa just makes a face at me and I can't tell her no, so.
I guess if you're into that. It is hard to say no to Alyssa, though.
It is. She makes that face, and then you're just like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I think, oh, all right.
I know what you think.
I'm weak.
Anyway.
I'm doing the Valachan where we lovingly hit on each other.
So, most of you are going back in the cone of silence.
Oh, joy. Speaking of hitting on each other, Sly, your boobs look nice.
Alrighty.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. Wish there was an easier, faster way to do that. All right, Sly. You step out into the light, the lighted thing, clearing. That's the word I need. Yep, good to go. And you say, I just whispered it to you, so you have it now.
Oh, I'm supposed to recite.
Please.
I am here for the performance, Rakdos, the Defiler, the Lord of Riots. Where can I take a seat?
All of these eyes that have flicked towards you are staring at you, and there's some measured, even without an insight check, you're able to sort of get the vibe that there's like a distrustful nature about them, which is understandable. Like most cults, not very trusting. Kind of their vibe. One person moves towards you, their hands clasped in front of them, and you can see that they are long, sort of bony fingers, and their nails are long and to the point where they're starting to curve funny. And their hood is pulled up, so you can't really see their face, except for a bit of a pointy chin that has like the butt. It's a pointy butt chin. Oh, my dear. What'd you say?
Very super villainy.
Very super villainy. Hello, my dear. Such a strange place to find you in.
I was in the area.
Indeed. But why?
Looking for someone. And then I found something familiar.
Indeed. Now, it's very odd that you should be here. We are sequestered here in Valachan.
Why?
Eventually, the Dark Lord here will fall. We will be sure to take that seat when it becomes available.
And what do you plan to do?
Rule, of course. Bring forth the Defiler herself. And let her reign.
That sounds like the move.
You agree with our calls?
Of course.
They extend one of those very long hands to you with like the kind of, the nails are too thick and they're curled and they're jagged and dirty, but they extend the hand to you, offering it to you for you to take. You take it?
Yep.
Their thumb kind of just gently pinches the top of your palm, and you are led closer to the fire. Just the edges of where the lava and the magma has begun to spread along the ground. Do you see what we have begun, my dear?
Why?
Make an Arcana check. Make a religion check at advantage, because this is kind of your thing. And there is a banked guidance, so you can add a d4 if you want. You're good with that? Okay, that was a 17.
I'll do that, yeah.
Okay. So, dirty 20. Okay. You've not really read a lot of like the testaments and whatever, the sort of rites of the cult, but you are familiar with the coming of the Defiler. You know that they're basically coming up from the hells, the 9 hells. And in order to take hold, they basically need to have violence and chaos sort of all around them when they come through. It helps them sort of stabilize and put their footing there. And you feel this might be what is the beginning of that sort of ritual. It almost looks like they've created a miniature volcano in the center of this tree. But even as you're standing there kind of watching it and the heat is blasting against your face, familiar because you are a tiefling. So heat's kind of, no big deal for you. You can see it growing. The lava spewing out the middle is higher up than it was when you first arrived. So you think that they are literally growing a volcano in this clearing.
See. How can I help?
Well, as you know, violence and chaos will bring about Our Lady. So, such a thing. Violence, chaos. Spread it from here. And take out your friends with a little panache. I can smell them on you. Minotaur. Asmar. humans, but fainter. Feline of some sort. Two of them. Kill them. With flair.
Of course. But what if instead of killing them, which I'm not opposed to, we use their skills to help us create chaos?
Make a
You would be
deception check.
very- I'm like, but like seriously, like actually saying, what if we use them to create chaos?
Oh yeah, that part. But the I have no problem with killing them part, I'm assuming you have an issue with. Damn, girl. That's a 27.
I don't. If I had an issue with it, why would I say it?
There is merit to it, but they will die eventually. Unless they give themselves to the cults. Unless they brand themselves and they stroke like... They don't touch you exactly. But you get the feeling of like just the tip of that curved, icky nail kind of like just barely touching the fabric of your tunic where your brand lies.
Trust me. There are some pretty sure guarantees that they would follow me.
Why is that, young tiefling?
Well, it wouldn't be very theatrical. I told you his secrets ahead of time, now wouldn't.
I suppose not. Very well. Go then. Take your friends. Sow chaos. Bring violence to all you meet.
Thank you. I would bow all fancy.
They reach down and with little care, they sort of like scoop up a bit of the magma in their palm. Doesn't begin to burn. You don't smell any burned flesh or anything like that. And they manipulate it right in front of your eyes, and you feel that they're casting a spell. See what happens from that. Okay.
Doesn't sound good. Or does it? I don't know.
You don't know. They ultimately hand you this sort of... It's almost like wrought iron now. But it's clearly this sort of like condensed carbon brand depicting the cult of Rakdos. The same brand that you wear.
Oh my. Like, oh.
Yeah, like this is the actual branding iron.
Okay.
If they choose to follow you as you say, now you are prepared to lead them like a proper leader.
Yeah.
Go now.
I like fancy bow and just
Sneak off. Okay. We'll bring everybody else back. Well, we'll bring Razira and Athelstan back. Don't freak out. Hey, you didn't freak out. Never mind, you'd have freaked out.
Wasn't paying attention.
Within 10 minutes, you see a figure moving towards the base of the tree. Sly, give me an acrobatics check. Or athletics. Okay. You're able to, with a little bit of a struggle, get yourself back up onto the platform.
I think Athelstan would reach down for her as soon as she was in reach to help
Okay.
her up.
Since you get to the top of the platform, Razira is there. Athelstan helps you up.
Well,
Slowly but surely, I'll figure out how to use my laptop. Cult stuff. They're doing some sort of ritual.
big fire.
Yeah, it's like a volcano, sort of. I think they're trying to summon something.
Do you want to talk about it?
I think I need to process it a little bit first because it was kind of scary, actually.
Are
Don't
you
tell anybody
okay?
I said that. Yeah, just a lot to take in. A lot to take in, but I'm okay. I'm not hurt. I wasn't hurt. I wasn't threatened or anything. It just a lot to take in. I don't think I've seen anything like that in quite some time.
You are safe.
I'm sorry you had to be woken up.
That's all right. I trust you.
I promise I'll talk about it when I have a better,
You don't have to if you don't want to. The past leaves marks on all of us, and sometimes it's best that it is forgotten. But sometimes you can't forget and you don't want to, because it taught you something. He'll take your hand, and he'll bring it towards his head, and shift your fingers into his hair at the back of his head. And you can feel it. This long since healed but very distinct knotted scar on the back of his head.
just like tap my forehead like on the collarbone. It's like a thank you for telling me about that. And also like, not like a thanks for telling me your deepest secrets, bestie,
You don't
Want to
have
keep
to,
it like
you don't have to perform for me, Sly.
you're the best. Now go back to sleep. Get some rest.
It's about the end of your watch at this point anyway, so you could
I was planning on taking third watch anyway, so how about you go back to sleep?
Fine.
Go snuggle with your minotaur.
Just disappear under things. Like, it's not a bathtub, but it'll do.
Who are you taking watch with? Or are you just doing it alone?
I don't know what Razira's doing.
Razira was just on watch with Sly.
I know. I just didn't know what if she was gonna wake somebody else up or something like that.
She doesn't really know anybody, so she wouldn't know who
Yeah.
to wake up next.
I think he'd consider for a little bit. At least for now. I think he would probably go it alone.
Okay. So Razira and Sly, you settle in. Back to sleep.
I suppose you want me to make my perception check.
I do.
We're in the nature.
Nope.
Aw, it was worth a try.
It was
It
worth
was
a
wor-
try.
It was worth a try. Leave this to you. For those of you at home, I don't know what I rolled because I rolled secret in the tower for only the GM to see. Also, Affy rolled some dice that would choose an encounter on a table. And let's just hope that third watch doesn't end like it fucking always does.
Athelstan, you settle into your watch alone, kind of hunkered down next to Breeze with a cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear the sounds of the fire in the distance and the sort of cadence of that back and forth conversation on the breeze of whomever is over there, the cult that Sly had mentioned.
Quick question. Based off of the heightened senses, it's not dawn yet. Would I have gotten advantage on that if it was a poorer roll?
You would have, yes.
Okay. Should I throw another one just
Yep.
in case? Of course, I'll take the high one, but just in case.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quiet. Like, you have the sounds of sort of sleeping jungle and the sound of the cult encampment in the distance. That's about it. There's no horrible dismembered limbs falling from the sky or a hideous rain that slicks everything with oil. It's just quiet.
Too quiet, you would say.
I did not say that. You did.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's all you, bud.
Oh, Razira's, I forgot. Didn't you have you heard me or not about Razira falling asleep near Athelstan? That's adorable!
That's pretty cute.
Kitty cat! Kitty cat! Okay.
Oh, little pets on the kitty cat.
Little kitty cat. He, does not do that because he
No, of
figured that
course.
would be. He doesn't know this. He doesn't know this individual, and also he feels like maybe it would be somewhat disrespectful just in case, because this isn't a domestic house cat, which he likes house cats. He likes all. He gets along with most animals, but this is a talking one. So, well, they all talked. They all spoke.
Mhm.
They basically had the same intelligence as well, at least as far as he's concerned. Anyway, I think he'll kind of, for a little bit at least, sit over the tea and just breathe in the hot warmth of it. And these are the leaves that he's grown. I'm assuming that he's grown and that he's dried.
Yeah.
But grown from his connection with the green and with Mina, and not exactly like an actual tea ceremony, but like in a way turn it into a moment of worship to her, because he still doesn't quite understand why she's not here, but she is here. based off of his experience in the temple, he is starting to wonder whether or not the gods are trapped by the magics of the solstice just as much as everybody else is and whatnot. Also, by word not being a part of it.
Okay. So you sit there quietly meditating into your tea, sort of absently reaching for Mina, but not quite focusing on it, just because you know what happens when you focus
Yeah.
the grain and try to push through to it. And with you being alone, you're intelligent enough to know that's probably
No.
not a wise thing to do right now.
Not great. Not good.
However, as you kind of move into this disassociation, you realize that you had dreamed while you were asleep before Razira woke you. Which is odd for you, because you never recall dreaming before.
It's not like a memory or anything that you thought about, or
As you focus more on it, it's not anything you recall. There are places you remember. What you see now is a laboratory. Deep below Castle Avernus, you recognize the massive chambers filled with liquid. You recognize, the bubbling of Bunsen burners and the movement of liquid from one vessel to another, and a slab in the middle of the room. And it's strange because the creature on the slab is you, but you're looking at it from the perspective of someone else who moves through the room, coming up to this poor 14-year-old-ish laying on the slab. Tubes and wires and a variety of other implements stick out of every orifice, every vein. Hands move out in front of you. You realize that these are the hands of your father as he leans on the table next to you, looking down at your body currently in a comatose state after a little bit of a run-in with a banshee. You can see your hair is cropped short, nearly shaven in some places, and there's just a little bit of padding underneath your head where a large scar now remains. You watch as every drop of black blood is cycled out of your body and back in, but not before running through some sort of strange implement that almost charges it, gives it a zap of electricity before it's funneled back into your system. The dream fades, and you're left feeling overly cold, like your blood had been moved through something chilly before it was returned to you, as if this had just happened.
He'll sink his teeth into his hand.
Make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. You are currently suffering a stress effect.
He bites down harder.
All right, I'm going to
He'll
put
kind
you
of
back.
do the thing where he'll pull away. He'll take the cup and he'll just neck it.
Okay.
Hot. He'll set it down as gently as he can and just hold his hands on either side of his head and just silently, just trying to hold it in on it.
Roll a d4 for me.
3.
I'm going to put you in the clone of silence. Because
Okay.
you're not the only one that has dreamed this night.
Okay.
Razira,
Yes.
as you settle down beside Athelstan and fall asleep, you find it actually comes easy for you. You're used to falling asleep wherever and whenever you need. Being outdoors and not in some enclosed space has definitely been a little more relaxing, even if you don't know precisely where you are. The deeper you fall into slumber, the more vivid the dream ahead of you becomes. You are colorblind, but you see colors now that you've never seen in your entire life. You wouldn't even be able to describe them, name them, if you were to describe the dream to someone else. It's overwhelming. And all of these different colors begin to coalesce into figures, humanoid shapes. But they're ethereal in a way. See-through. Spirits. You recognize every single face before you. Every person you've ever known that has passed from your village now stands in front of you as this haunting, visceral thing. Your skin crawls and your fur stands up on end. And as you turn to try and run, you're surrounded. They're everywhere, leaving you very little space. Not enough space. There's not enough space. There's nowhere to run. Spirits are around you and there's nowhere to go. You wake with a scream. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
$18.
Okay. You suffer your first stress effect. Roll a d6 for me.
6.
Putting you back in the cone of silence. For dreams are not the only thing that come to you tonight. Sly. You settle under Gordon. Comfortable, warm, and that familiar weight just sort of curled against your back, against you, over you, making you feel protected, making you feel warm and comfortable. You fall into sleep. And then you're awake. It's strange because you're not in the forest. You're standing in a black nothingness. But then you start to see it. Stars. Speckled across everything. Roiling in the distance. Big balls of gas. Planetoids. The Milky Way. Constellations. More stars. Further and further and further away from you. expanding beyond things you can even possibly comprehend. And it just keeps going. And you feel like you're being dragged through it. Even though it's expanding around you, you're still being dragged to the very edges of it, but there's never an edge. There's never an end. It just continues. You don't know if you're cycling or circling or orbiting. But there's a new star, a new planet, a new solar system. Comets that fly by you and just disappear into nothingness beyond your vision. And then it disappears, and you stand before a mirror, staring at yourself. But you're not quite right. Your horns they don't curve that way. And your eyes just don't quite look right. You're looking into your eyes, but you get the sensation of being watched, like it's looking back at you. And as you kind of lift your hand over your chest to like slow your beating heart, the hand in your reflection instead reaches out towards you, touching against the glass, and then the fingers begin to push through the hand, the wrist, the arm, the elbow, reaching out towards you, and you wake with a scream. Make a wisdom saving throw. That's a big old fail with a 2.
Yeah.
You are suffering a stress effect. Okay, roll
Don't
me a
like that.
roll me a d4. Okay, I'm putting you back in the cone of silence because you are not the only one with dreams tonight. Yenrik,
Yes.
you have been slumbering soundly, which is a relief after what you've gone through. You've dumped all of your magic into rescuing, saving Liliana and Ulrich from death, certain death, and complete death. Your inward panther begins to rumble and move about uncomfortably, like it wants to emerge, but you can't release it. You can't allow it to get out, not right now. You're not in control. Without your magic, you can't make it stop if you need to. But then you find yourself hunching over on all fours, standing at Shakuna's feet, snarling up at her. She just smirks down at you. Oh, precious, precious boy. And before you can stop yourself, you pounce. You go straight for the throat, and she is so surprised she's not able to stop you. You tear into her throat, ripping tendon and muscle in the esophagus, the voice box, all out. Blood drains down your throat. You swallow that sinew and grossness. And you feel like you need to feed. You need to finish this. And you begin to eat, consuming her, biting through her throat, through her neck, crunching bone, working your way down the body to strip her of flesh and muscle and anything delicious. And at the end, you're left with bitten, bloodied bones. With nothing left, your paw reaches up and carves through your chest, tearing open your rib cage, slicing into the arteries and the ventricles around your heart and ripping it free. But there's nowhere to put it. There's no altar. There's no cloche. So you move it into your own mouth and begin to consume it. Make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. You are able to avoid becoming extremely stressed. But you feel you are not able to sleep. Not well, anyway. Not enough to rest. The dream is haunting, leaving your skin crawling. And you find yourself waking before you sleep too deeply again. I'm going to put you back in the cone of silence because there's one more dreamer. Everybody having fun? I'm having fun. Eli. Roll for stress. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, darling. You okay?
Yep, I'm fine.
I wish there was like an easier way to do that.
It's all good.
Okay.
So,
You are fast asleep.
sorry,
After-
Pasta, I didn't mean to scare you.
Oh no, poor
Shit
Pasta.
out of Pasta.
Don't worry, Pasta. It's okay. I'm just gonna torture your mom a little bit. It's totally fine.
That's fair. All right,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
You are asleep. You find yourself resting after waking the second watch, after whatever that was with Yenrik. And it's restful, surprisingly enough. It's not difficult to kind of settle into this platform. You're used to being up in the sky. You used to be able to fly wherever you wished. It's gone now, but it's nice. The air is fresher up here. It's cooler. And you don't feel like the world is closing in on you. As you slip into your dreamscape, you find yourself standing in a home you recognize. Your home in the heavens that you shared with Rirka and your son. It's strange because your son is older than he was when you left. Not how you picture him now. Not a man. Maybe a toddler, maybe a little older. No older than 6, we'll say. And Rirka's there. Beautiful. Your wife. And then you look beyond her as you sit in your sitting room with your son on your lap, reading. You glance over to Rirka on the couch, and the front door opens, bringing in the bright light of Elysium. But there's only darkness standing there. A lithe figure dressed in black, with gray-purple skin and long white hair, moves like a shadow, like water, towards your wife. Rirka doesn't even register. Her throat has been slit. As Gabriella smiles down at you and your son. was as it needed to be. My lady commanded it. And you, Kilai, my love, are next. I'm sorry it couldn't be better. I'm sorry I couldn't be what you wanted me to be. And without any other ceremony, she pulls out a hand crossbow and shoots you directly in the heart. The poison pulses through your body, spreading out from your heart, killing your organs in order, leaving just your brain alive, just long enough to see her pick up Xavier, sorry. Xander, I was right. Okay, I was right. Pick up Xander and walk out the door with him on her hip. Make a wisdom saving throw. You're suffering your stress effect.
Can I use an inspiration on that?
You like? Still not high enough. How do you wake?
Sitting up, gasping. Trying to, like, drag air into my squashed lungs. That sort of feeling that you get when you have a night terror.
Hang tight, I'm just gonna wake everybody else up. You all wake with a shout, a jolt, a scream. And you find yourself sitting up in your platform in the skies, staring at each other. Fear in your eyes. Exhaustion, leaving bags under them. Dark circles, dark bruises. No rest. No sleep. You couldn't sleep. I don't know what
It's
that was.
Natasha.
That's
Okay.
totally Natasha.
It's
You find
it's Agni's
a
child.
toddler rolling around in the forest below, screaming, playing Baby
Ew.
Shark over and over again.
My
No.
shit, my jam. Okay, but yeah, Athelstan just like fits his hand out of his mouth and writes his teacup beside him and looks around at everybody. Peace.
It's not real.
It was just a dream.
It wasn't real.
I mean, it felt pretty damn real to me. I'm just gonna put that out there. I did not appreciate that at all.
I'm hungry.
Starts-
Who's cooking?
Starts licking his hand.
Did not like
Uh,
that at all.
Not Athelstan, because his sanitation is real bad.
Listen, you don't exactly smell like a basket of roses.
Hey,
I
both of you.
have a wand of prestidigitation, thank you, that I use daily.
I have a breeze.
Yeah.
Oh.
And, Breeze hasn't cast it, though, because of the magic thing.
Where's that fucking one that Ulrich left behind?
I have it. I actually have a couple of them.
Make with the...
Like,
I think he wants you to cast it on him because he stinks.
Sure.
Anybody looking at Razira right now just see a poof.
There is an additional effect. One extra person is prestidigitated by Sophia.
Athelstan will reach out towards Razira. Peace. Be calm.
It was hit by the second prestidigitation.
If you soiled yourself, sure.
No.
Oh.
So
I'm
how
just
was
asking.
everyone's first night
Give
in
it to
Sleepless
Atlas.
Forest?
Give it to Atlas. Well, he probably hasn't had a good brushing in a while. Anyway.
Yeah. I take care of that mane and tail.
I mean, the mane and tail, yes, but you gotta brush the coat. Anyway. Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, equestrian over here.
Time is it?
I do the horse
Um,
detailing.
Yeah.
Make a survival check, Eli.
But if Razira will let him, Athelstan will reach out to their shoulders.
Fucking Eli.
Is that a
So-
6?
That's a
Nope.
1, which
It was a 1.
is the first critical
There's
fail
consequences now,
for
Keli.
our new skill fumble table. Your failed survival check results in leaving behind unintentional tracks, scents, and other clues that draw the attention of predators or enemies, increasing the likelihood of being tracked or ambushed.
We're traveling through a jungle with a minotaur and a centaur. I don't think we're hiding anything.
The centaur
You're the one that's
floats.
clinking around like crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're the one who
Exactly.
always fails your stealth rolls. So it's a regular Tuesday.
Exactly.
Inspiration for Keli.
You
I see
can.
that. Thank you.
I would say you can use guidance, but it's a critical fail, so it's not going to change.
Yeah.
You can re-roll it though if you like.
But Athelstan
Sure,
is...
because we're being followed by something that's dead, so.
I forgot about that.
And you can add
Actually,
a
I think
guidance
we're being
as well.
followed by 2 of
I thought
them
it was.
that are dead.
I thought one was Ulrich, so that one's gonna follow him wherever the fuck he went. So that's not our problem
We have
anymore.
1 that's, but still.
Okay, so you rolled an
Thank
18 instead on your survival check.
I keep forgetting
Uh,
that's a wrinkle pig and not like a raw chicken or a weird pillow.
Well, I just cuddled up to a raw chicken.
Yep.
It's frozen turkey that.
No buttholes on camera.
So,
Anyway, I pet the cat.
Heli, you
Right
are
between the
able to
shoulders.
determine that it is not well past dawn, but you're closer to noon than you are to dawn.
Lovely. Well, if nobody has anything urgent that happened in the middle of the night, we should get going.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Make a deception check. Heli, make an insight check.
Just about to ask. I'm like Eli. Stop rolling like Eli.
You know Athelstan is lying to you.
Nothing
right.
at all.
I let him keep his lie.
I mean, granted, he's not really trying to hide it.
Okay.
I thought that was kind of clear in the tone, but yeah, deception was fun anyway, just in case. Oh yeah, he's fine.
So
We agree, so we do it. Onward!
Sleepless Forest.
Shut up.
Sorry,
Henry.
Yenrik, what did you say?
How was everyone's first night in the Sleepless Forest?
I slept perfectly.
You know, a warning would have been great, but
You didn't think that would have been a consequence of the Sleepless Forest,
I mean, I didn't.
not
say it was
just a
gonna be
metaphor.
fun.
There, Keeley. On the side note, though, I think I dreamt for the first time ever last night.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tell you mine if you tell me yours.
Mine made me hungry.
Of course
I'm
it
all-
did.
I mean, I'm starving.
Just hand the rabbit a ration.
Fish for breakfast.
Rosira
Are we
starts
near
looking.
water?
We caught fish and dried it for
Yeah,
rations.
there is a river that you're close by to.
Sure, let's go fishing just for the extra rations and to to top off the water skins from what we would have drank in the previous night.
To the south, where that orange glow was.
Oh well, then fuck that. Never mind.
Something you want to share with the rest of the class?
We need not go that way direction.
I would
It's
ask
none of-
how you know that, but I'm sure I can imagine. Let's go.
Let's go. We agree, so we do it.
All right. Your first night in the Sleepless Forest didn't end so well for any of you. Well, except maybe Rosira. It doesn't seem as affected by the domains as others currently.
She fucking lives here, albeit like 1,000 billion years ago, but she lived here. They lived here, excuse me.
Hey, Sherry.
Sorry.
As you set off for the day, marking off a ration of water and food, that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Thanks everybody for sticking around. Sorry if it got a little hinky and gross there for you, but welcome to the Domains of Dread, my friends.
I like how it was ironic, like it tied into something that just like you did that on purpose.
I wrote that dream after we had our talk.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
I figured you would bring that up. I just didn't know it would be now.
I thought it was gonna be with Breeze,
Nope.
but that moment felt right.
Yeah. Alrighty, we are going to go on a little bit of a raid here, so stick around. You can use those platinum points that you get from the raid to help or hinder the party or the DM, which is me, on any of our campaign games. And we are going to bother... I don't know, let me check and make sure they're still up, given my track record.
I'm not gonna ask my usual question because I trust you.
I always forget every time I open Maggie's inventory.
It's so bad. I know,
Can
it's
we
bad.
can we make sure for next session that Rob and Maggie get their dreams too?
They will when they're
That's
here
important
next
to me.
week.
Yeah,
Rob and
when they're
Maggie
here.
are probably not going to be here next week either. Rob's in Alberta, and Maggie is flying home from here.
Okay.
So, come on, give me something good.
That was a good tune.
Thanks. All right, it looks like somebody's doing campaign prep. That sounds fun. Let's go look at that. All right, have a good
When was
night, everybody.
Becky last live? Come on, we gotta get Becky live so we can raid Becky.
Yeah.
My husband.
Have a good night, everybody. We will see you hopefully tomorrow for Bankar Brouhaha. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you later.
Sweet dreams.